So today's video is longer than some of my other ones, and I'm beginning the editing process. So there is some editing going on. I'm still learning, but you know, I'm getting there. I'm going to show you why I had to repot this topiary. I'm going to show you some prints that I downloaded and put into frames. I'm going to show you how I redid the wall in my dining room. I'm going to show you some of my landscaping outside that needs to be done. And I'm going to show you my new spice drawer. So stay tuned and please subscribe. So I'm unboxing something here today. I got one of those spice sets that go in the drawer. Here are the labels. And here are all the jars, which I will wash. But you put your label on the front, you put a little label on the top, and then you can store them in the drawer instead of in the cabinet. I have a pull-out spice rack right there, but I use it for other things because I want to be able to see the spices, and with that, you can't see them that well. So I will show you what I'm going to do with this. So it came with all of these little, I don't know what you'd call them, like little dividers, I guess, that you put into your drawers, and the spices will be leaning at an angle, so you can see them easily. I've been looking at these kits for a long time, and the other day I was online, and this one was on a lightning deal. It came with these acrylic little dividers, and you can fit 40 bottles in here, and they gave me 35. They also gave extra little shaker tops and lids, but I have some glass bottles that I can fill the rest up with, or you could always purchase more. But look at how nice the labels are. They're really pretty. They're like a light, I don't know, lavender color, and there's many, many, many labels here. And then these right here are the tops for the top of the lid. Some are blank, and they gave you a little chalk pen to use to write what you wanted to, but then they gave you these also, which I like it because, I mean, I don't want to have to try to print that neatly. I do have neat printing to some extent, but not that neat. And they gave you a little funnel too. So this is going to be a fun project for me today. And I cleared out this drawer right here near my stove. I don't cook that much anymore since my husband passed away, but you know, I still want to have my things ready in case I want to make a holiday meal. I started making holiday meals again recently. Once in a while, sometimes my daughter picks the food up and brings it, you know, from a nice restaurant down over in Sturbridge near where she lives, but so anyway, I want to keep my spices hidden away. I have them in a cupboard right now, and it's an okay system, but this is going to be better. Just as a reference, here are some spices I already had. The bottles are exactly the same size, so if you already have bottles, you don't need to transfer everything over right away. You could just put them in here for now, and then when you run out, you could transfer it. But all of these little acrylic, I'm not sure what you call them, but dividers, I'm just going to say, they all came double wrapped in plastic that I had to peel off on either side. So it was very well packaged. Everything was well packaged inside, all the little glass bottles, all the caps, everything. So I just have a few more bottles to go. Some of them I'm just going to leave in their bottles for now. I'll decide whether I want to switch them over or not, but I still have plenty of room. And there's some extras up there, so I have to decide what to do with those. But this is what it looks like in the drawer. I had oven mitts in this drawer and some plastic wrap and things like that, which I switched over to another drawer. But this drawer is right next to my oven and my cooktop, so it's very convenient for me to use. So there you go. I'm pulling out all the stakes along the side of the driveway, now that I hope there won't be any more snow. Every year I put them in around, I don't know, end of October, early November, because You never know when it's going to start snowing around here. I got my cats in here. I bought this last year so I could take them out into the garden with me, and they just love it. Got a few more up there to pull out. Over here, I have some rose bushes I want to move because it's not very sunny here and they're not doing that great. Behind them, all ferns grow. So I want the ferns to just come right down up to these stones. Here's those massive stones that are that were pulled out from here, and they hold back that dirt there. But yeah, these rose bushes are so beautiful, but they're not doing that great. I've got all different colors. They're so pretty when they bloom, but I want to try to get them out of here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have a couple little steps to step up there and tend to them, but and there's a stream down in that gully right there on the other side of that stone wall, and that's looking down my driveway. I'm also taking a look at my landscaping here. I left all these leaves here around these shrubs because I was told that insects that are good, good for the plants, kind of winter over there in them. So I left them there, so I've got that to clean up. I took a hibiscus out of here last fall. It was just way too big for the area, so I think I'm going to put another peony because I have a peony over here back here. These are hydrangeas. These three here came from our other house. My husband planted them there. This is the first area that was landscaped after he passed away. A couple of my girlfriends came over and said, you know what? Let's landscape that one little area just to have something neat, because the whole front of the house was just a mess. There was a big dirt pile in the front, a stone wall that needed to be removed. It was just a mess. And so they came over and I got those little green shrubs. The three hydrangeas were already there, so I didn't have to do anything there, but we just put these little shrubs in and got some mulch and got that one tall shrub. That's the box they put in now for cable. So and I got that little hydrangea tree at Lowe's. So this was the first area that I had, so that at least when I pulled up to the house, it looked decent over here. I'll insert some photos to show you what it looked like before, during, and now after. So these stones here will be my back steps of my back porch, and they're supposedly going to be getting put in this week, so we'll see. He was there today doing a little prep work, so they're very nice. They're very rustic, unlike the ones in the front. Here's the front of the house right now. Not very green yet. But yeah, that's going to be happening this week. I had all this professionally landscaped because it was just too big of a job for me. My husband had started the stone walls on the sides of the house, and we had someone come and finish them for me, and he also put that little bench seat over there with one of the stones that had come out of the property and made a little path over to it. And then like I said, the landscapers came. These are hydrangeas. I forget what else. That's a Japanese maple. I can't remember the name of some of these shrubs right off the top of my head. These are flowering plants though. And then I wanted green also, so that in the winter there's green and not just dead branches sticking up. This tree is a Stewardia, and it blooms in June. That big log over there has to be taken away from the tree guys. They cut it down last December and didn't come back to get it out of there yet. So hopefully they'll get that out of there soon. But this is the other side of the porch. And some more. This I think might be a Shasta daisy. I have quite a few of Shasta daisies here. But you can see I've got some kind of like animal living down there in that wall. I know I have a groundhog. So I don't know if that's what's making these holes or what, but he's making quite the mess here. Oh my goodness, what a mess. So I've got a lot of cleaning up to do now that the warmer weather has gotten here. And there's my little kitties in the carriage. They just love coming outside and going for walks because they are indoor cats. So I just wanted to show you what I did. I downloaded these bunny prints. I just searched for, free bunny prints, and these bunny prints came up free, downloadable, and I think they're open source, so that's why they're free. And I just downloaded them, and then I printed them out 4x6, as you can see. I used the inner part of the frame, the circle that came in the middle, to trace around the bunnies that I wanted, and I cut them out and put them in these frames. Now these would be cute on my open trays, my open shelving. They would be cute on my 3-tiered tray. There's many places where I could use these, and the good thing is, just like the pictures I have on my open shelving, I can just switch these out anytime I want. I can do a search. If it's Christmas time, I could put a Santa in there and a snowman if I wanted to, or pine trees, a horse-drawn sleigh, whatever I wanted. And the summertime, if it's 4th of July, I could put some flag prints in there. I can switch it out for whatever I feel like switching it out for. And I can also use them for pictures of my own family and pets. So I just thought it was a cute little idea. I got these little frames on Michaels. They're very, very cute. They're very nice. They've got that wooden bead effect. I have a lot of things with that wooden bead that's popular right now. I think that it's pretty. So I'm gonna decide where to put them, and then I'll show you that too. So I placed the rabbit print right here on this little table in my dining room. I have a little rabbit on the other side. I thought that looked cute right there. And then I'll show you, I put the other one over on this side. I like symmetry. I don't know if you can tell, but I have these two tables on either side of this opening here. And I put that bunny print right there, and there's a little bunny there. And I have a little helper here. This is my senior girl, my rescue. I got her at the shelter. There she is. She's a good girl. Here's my table so far. I am not done, but it's getting there. I got these chargers at Michael's. I had gotten these under here last year, and they're only like $1.50 a piece. They're very reasonable, and I didn't have enough since I'm having more guests, so I picked up some more, and they're different, but I thought it was okay. I just put every other like that. I think they're it looks pretty. And then I had these napkins and these little napkin holders. I had those too. So that's the table so far. I've got 4 people on each side and 2 at the end. My daughter thinks it's going to be too cramped, but she hasn't seen it. She hasn't been here. I don't think it looks cramped at all. I feel like there's plenty of room, but we'll see. I have the kitchen. If somebody doesn't want to sit in here, if they feel like it's too cramped, they could go over to the kitchen island. I have 4 seats there. They could sit. This little girl will not stay away from my feet here tonight. So yeah, that's so far so good. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you this. So this little arrangement here only has tulips, but I got these little eggs at Michael's. They're really cute. It's like macrame wound around, maybe a styrofoam egg underneath and a little bow tied at the bottom. And I just stuck them in there with the tulips, and I thought that looked really cute together, because it's a very sparse kind of an arrangement. It's not full at all, so there's plenty of room for the eggs. So I was just wondering what everybody thought about this wall display. I had these things and that's why I put them there. I do love the mirror ideas and I will be on the lookout for a really large mirror when I go thrifting. But for now, I had those round prints, the botanical prints, and I had that wreath. It's a magnolia wreath. I got it at Michael's. And so I figured why not right now use what I have. I can always patch the holes later. I have plenty of paint left over. So I put these up for now. Since I'm having company tomorrow, I kind of wanted the wall to look finished. These are really nice prints. I think they're Creative Co-op. I love their stuff. And they're really large too. They're much like the ones I have in the hallway of the birds' nests. So that's my server. So far, my table, I ended up taking away a couple of place settings because I learned that there will probably be 11 people instead of 10. So I could not squish in 11 people. So I set the table for 8 and I'm putting, more place settings at my counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And I put 4 place settings at the counter so that people have a choice. There's an extra place setting. And if my niece's husband decides to come, he will have a spot also. So he might not, I don't think he's coming. So I didn't set a place for him. Well, actually I did because I have 12 settings, but that way people can choose. It's not far. The kitchen, it's an open plan, and our house is an open floor plan. So it's, right around the current corner. So I wanted to show you the mirror there instead of the wreath. I think it looks better. I got this mirror, about, I want to say 35 years ago, at least, at Hadley Village Barn in Hadley, Massachusetts. And it was such a nice place to visit. They had Christmas things. They had all kinds of decor and furniture, and there was a curtain shop there, and I just loved going there. On the weekends I'd go with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. We'd drive up on a Sunday, and my husband sometimes would go too, and or I'd go just with him, and it was just a nice drive, and it was a nice place to visit. It's all gone now. I think there's a hotel there. But to get back to the mirror, I think the mirror looks good. I think I'm going to leave it. I had a wreath there, a hydrangea wreath, I think it was. The leaves, no, magnolia. And it was just the leaves, and that looked good, but I think this looks better. The mirror would be too small to be there on its own, I think. It's just not big enough. Even if I turned it horizontally, I don't think it's large enough. I would need a much larger mirror. I'm still going to be on the lookout for a larger mirror to fill that whole space, because I do think that would look really nice and it would reflect the light from the windows. And I got a couple suggestions from people on that, and I really like that idea. But for now, I think I'm going to leave that like that. I think it looks good. Good morning, everybody. Today I'm off to visit a friend who had a baby last month. I'm on spring break, so that'll be fun. But it's very cool, and it's going to be rainy today, they said. But I just wanted to show you where those back steps are going to be going. It's all prepped here, and he might be back today. I'm not sure, but because it's going to be rainy. But we'll see. So this is the backyard. The grass was just put in last fall, so it's coming up, and I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about mowing it. I think I'm gonna get myself a little push mower just to do this little area. But I wanted to show you over here on the side. My husband had built all these beautiful stone walls, these retaining walls, and I have all flowering shrubs in there, which I have to get in and clean up. As soon as it gets a little warmer, it's a little chilly right now. I mean, we went from 90 something degrees last week to very cool weather. So I've got my work cut out for me. I've got a rain chain here that is really pretty. But this is my back porch. I don't think I've really shown it to you. I would love to get it screened in. I think that would be ideal. That's what we had planned. It would be nice. The cats would love it. They would absolutely love it. They love looking outside, and they're indoor cats, so I think they'd love it. But just wanted to thank you for watching my video, and when this is done, I will show you what it looks like. But have a great day, and enjoy this beautiful weather. Thanks for watching.